Hello and welcome back to Python Fundamentals. In this video, I'll explain how to draw line plots using Python language. For this, we have to use a library called Matplotlib. It is a library in Python for graph plotting. And all utilities of Matplotlib, they lie in a module called PyPlot. We can import them using PLT. I'll just show how to import the functions. Import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So this is the matplotlib is the library. PyPlot is submodule which contains all utilities of matplotlib. And we are importing this as PLT. Now, this video is about how to draw line plots in Python. So to draw line plots, obviously we know we need values on x-axis and values on y-axis. For that, we use arrays. So import, to create array, we need NumPy. So import NumPy as NP. So shift enter. We have imported the libraries that are needed to plot line plots. Now, the next thing is we need an array that contains points of x-axis, and we need another array containing points of y-axis. So let us create the array. So for that, take a variable x is equal to np dot array of the values. So I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4 as points on x-axis. Now for y, take a variable y x is equal to np dot array of on y-axis. The values I want to take are 11, 22, 33, and 44. So for x and y, I want to draw a line plot. So to draw the line plot, we have a function called plot, and how to import that is plt.plot is a function, and in the brackets give x comma y. So it plots a line plot with x values on x-axis and y values on y-axis. And if you want to display the plot, you have to use the function show, plt.show. So shift enter. So we get the graph, line plot graph. Now for any graph, we need labels, we need grades. We can change the color of the line, or else we can draw the plot with only symbols, with the markers. So let us take one by one the functions. So the first function is the symbols. So I want to draw the line plot using symbols. Instead of the line, I'll use symbols to plot the line graph. So for that, go to this function plt.plot x comma y, give the symbol. I'll give 0. Then shift enter. So you can see here it is a line plot without line, but with the symbols, that the symbol is O, right? Circle. I can change that symbol. I can use another symbol. I take as S. So we get a square squares. So this is the how to use symbols for plotting. Now, if you want the line with the symbols, we have another option. We can write it as marker is equal to s plt.show. So this is, see, when we are using only symbols, it is without line, right? But when we initialize as marker is equal to s or 0, then we can plot with line. Then what is the use of this marker is to emphasize each point, right? So each point, see, this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, x3, y3, and x4, y4. So to emphasize the points in the graph, we have to use the marker. So that is one more option. And we can use different symbols here inside the marker. We can use dot, we can use X, we can use O. So different markers we can use. The next thing is to change the line style. Now I want to change the line style. Now it is a straight line, right? Continuous line. Now I'll change it to a dash line. So I want to change the line style. For that, you have an option called comma. You can use marker. You can keep this one as it is, or if you want, you can remove this. But X and Y are important. So PLT dot plot X comma Y comma line style is equal to dash. So I'm plotting a dash line. So this is dashed. Now I can also use, I'll go with the one more style that is called dotted with the dots. If you want, you can use this marker, or if you want, you can remove this marker. Okay. So this is how to change the line style. Next is we can change the color of the line. We can change the line width also. So let us first go with the color. We'll go with the color. So for that, I'll change this style. I'll take only color. If you want, you can keep them as it is. So color is, I'll go with the brown, right? Color of the line, right? So shift enter. So now you can see the line color has been changed. You can also change the width. I can write here itself to change the line width, put comma, line width is equal to, I'll go with the 2, with the 2. So you can see the width has been changed. If you change it to 10, you can observe the line width here. So this is 10. So let us go with the 2 only. So this is how we can change the line width, right? So we can change the color, we can change the style, we can use markers, or we can use only symbols for line plotting. And then the next thing is, so in a graph, the most important things are title and labels. So let us now see how to write the title as well as the labels, X label and Y label. I'll go with the title, PLT dot, there is a function called title, and then within the quotes, it's a graph between X and Y. And then X label, I want to take, let's write X dot title as time. And sorry, X label we have to, because already we have given the title, X label as time. And then Y label as distance. I'm giving labels to X axis and Y axis. So I have given title, labels to X and Y axis. And shift enter. See here, we have graph between X and Y. That is a title I have given. On X axis, I have given as time, and on Y axis, I have given title as the distance. Now, the next thing is we can change the location of the title, right? So here the title is at the center. Now I want to shift it to the left. What I have to do is use a function called, a parameter called LOC. So put comma, LOC, location. I'll write it as left, because now it is at the center. If you see here, it is at the center. I'll move the title to the left. Right, the title has been moved to the left. Can we move the labels or also to the left? Let us see. Location is equal to, that is justification, right? Left. Now let us execute. And here also, we have changed the location of the labels. So that is how there is importance of the location parameter. So to position the title or X label or Y label, use LOC. So that is another point in case of line plots. And the next thing is we can change, obviously, when we are giving titles or the labels, obviously we want to follow some fonts, and we want to give some color to the titles, as well as also the size also we want to give. So for that, what we do is we use another parameter called font dictionary. So for that, first we have to initialize. I'll just take out this location because I will keep it in the center. And also I'll just take the line color. I'll keep line color as it is. Now, I want to change the font. I want to change the font. In font, I want to change the family of the font and then color as well as the size of the font in the title, label, and X label and Y label. So for that, I'll take a variable called font1 that is equal to, take curly braces, family. I'll take a serif font, serif, and then the color of the title. Color, I'll go with the color. I'll go with the, we'll go with the yellow or violet. We'll go with violet. And then the line width, font, no, size, because it is font, we need to give the size of the font. Size is equal to, size will increase to 10. So this is one. Now you have to call this font, but that go to title, put comma, use a parameter called font dict is equal to font1. So you can initialize everything as a variable and call it, right? Font1. So I can take this in the X and Y labels also. First, we'll see the title. Shift enter. Sorry, put the colons is not equal. Okay. So you can check the errors here. It is showing that there is an error that we have used equal instead of the colon. So see here. Here the font is changed when we look at the labels and the title. So the font is serif, color is violet, size is 10. You change the size, you can see the change in the size. So the size is changed. Similarly, we can use it in the labels also. So let us try to plot. So this is how to change the font family, size, and color of the title as well as the labels. So first we have learned how to draw a line by using the values of X values and Y values, right? So this is the first thing, right? So first we have learned how to plot a line by taking some values in an array, X and Y. So X consists of all the points of X-axis and Y consists of all the points of Y-axis. And this is the line plot. And then next, instead of drawing a continuous line, we want to plot a line plot with only the symbols that we have seen how to plot it by using the symbols. And symbols must be placed in plot function. And then different symbols we can use. Then we have seen how to emphasize the points in the graph. So I want to place a marker at X1, Y1, X2, Y2, X3, Y3, and X4, Y4 in the graph. So I have used a marker and the symbol, whatever symbol you want to give. You can use O also, S also, star also. And then I have changed the line style. We can change the line style to dashed or dot. There are different lifestyles. I have used only 2 of them. Then we can change the color of the line and then line width. That is the next function. And then after that, we have to give the title and labels to the plot. So that's how to initialize by using title, X label, Y label functions. So I have shown it to you. And then after that, the location of the title, we can change the location. We can justify either to the left, right, or to the center. And by default, it is at the center. We can justify by using parameter called LOC. And then after that, we have seen how to change the font size, font family, and font color by using the parameter called font dict. First, we have to initialize using a variable and then call it with the font dict. And then the next thing is the most important thing in case of line plots is called the grid function. So if you want to have a grid in the graph, only simple thing is you can use a function called grid. So plt dot grid. Just use this function. That's it. And then shift enter. Then you can see we have a grid, right? Both on X and Y axis. If you want only Y axis grid or along Y axis, then we can change it as, you can write it as axis is equal to Y. Just to keep as it is. Then we'll get only grids along the Y axis. Similarly, you can go with the X axis also. So this is, and grid color also you can change. We'll go with the complete grid and change the color. So instead of going with the single grid, we'll go with all different types of grids. So we'll take both the grids, X and Y, and change the color of the grid. Okay. So we'll go with we'll change the color as red. So color is equal to red, sorry. Red is already we have taken. We'll go with the yellow, comma. Line style also, grid line style also we can change line style. We'll change it as a hyphen. And then we can go with the line width of the grid also. We can change line width as, because grid width should be very less, we go with 0.3. Okay, now let us execute this. See, we have the grid lines with the color yellow and line width 0.3 and with hyphens. Because yellow is not clear, what we'll do is we'll go with the blue. So line width we have used as a hyphen. So this is we can change the line style, we can change the line width and color of the grid lines, right? And next important thing is we have to draw, suppose we want to draw 2 plots, right? Here we have use the space to plot only 1 plot. I want to draw multiple plots. Then what I have to do is I have to initialize 2 graphs. So I want to take multiple plots I want to draw. So take 2 arrays. And then we'll change all these things. First, we'll see how to plot 2 different graphs. Okay. I'll take the same values and initialize as a different array. So x1, y1. I'll change the values because both are same. 33, 54, 78. Right? Now, first we'll draw the first plot. When you are plotting 2 multiple plots, then what we have to do is we have to use a function called plt.subplot. So you have to mention here row and column and position of the graph. And I'll show you. This is the first row. I'm using 1 row, two columns and I want to place this graph at the position 1. So subplot. So first is the row position, second is the column position. So there are only one row, two columns, and the first graph. I want to plot X and Y graph as the first plot. So PLT dot plot X comma Y. Now go with X1, Y1 similarly. Now we have to change the position of the second plot. So this is because we are considering as second, take it as second, 1 and Y1. So let us try to plot, see here. So this is a plot 1 and this is plot 2, right? So it has only one row, but two columns are there. And this is the first position, this is the second position. That is what we have given in the subplot. First row, second, two columns we have it taking. So it is a matrix, it's a position. We are dividing this into rows and columns. So we are using one row, two columns, and the position. Place where you have to place the first graph is the first position, this is the second position. I'll show one more example by changing the rows and columns, then you'll understand what is the purpose of subplot. Now I'll go with the two rows and only one column. Here also we have to change, but the position of the graphs I don't want to change. Okay, so shift enter. So if you see here, there are two columns, two rows, and only one column. This is graph 1 and this is graph 2. So this is how we can plot multiple plots by using subplot. So in subplot, the first parameter is the row, second parameter is the column, and the third parameter is the position of the graph. So we can plot multiple plots, and we can give the same title to the multiple plots. We can give the same title to the multiple plots as PLT dot SUP title. So a single title we are giving. We don't want to give two different titles to the graph. Graph between X and Y values. Okay. Then shift enter. You can see there is only one title for both the graphs, right? There is only one title for both the graphs. That is how we can use SUP title. This is a function. If you want to give same title to both the graphs, use this function. So this is about the line plots. I hope you all understood about line plots, because everything about line plots I have explained from the beginning by using Matplotlib library. So this is Matplotlib library, and NumPy is used to initialize the arrays. So we need two libraries for line plots, and then I have shown how to plot the line plots with the line, without line, with markers, and then obviously the rest. So I hope you all understood about line plots in Python. Thank you.